Right here I have this vacuum sealer. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up and show you what it looks like, what it comes with, and then we're gonna try it out. This is everything that came inside the box besides the user manual. So this is the actual vacuum sealer itself. I think this looks really nice. It's not a huge eyesore and it doesn't take up a lot of room, as you can see here. This also comes with the plug-in. I would say this power cord is about 2 feet long, so it's perfect for a kitchen. And then this does come with a piece to connect over here to the side if you do want to vacuum seal things in jars and other containers, for example, so I do like that option. We also have a little bag cutter. A lot of times when you buy these little bags to be vacuum sealed, they come in strips, so it would be really nice to be able to just cut them easily with this little cutter. This does actually come with a little starter pack of some of these little plastic bags. I do like these ones because they do have a little tear piece. So when you do seal them at the bottom right here, you can easily tear them open on your own, especially if you're taking something backpacking somewhere you might not have scissors. That would be a really easy way to open those packages. So like I said, there are 15 of these, and this does come with some extra stripping for down on the bottom here. To actually open this up and get to the inside, you just pull out this little drawer. So if you need to clean it out, for example, or something like that, is why you would access this little drawer. Then underneath here, you can see is this stripping. So if you do need to replace some of that, this does come with that, so that's nice. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in so I can show you some of the different buttons on the top. So here are the different buttons on here. If you can't read them all the way through the camera, then this one says seal. And that's just if you want to seal your bag. Generally, that's if you are sealing maybe the bottom part of the bag, if you just have a strip of bags, for example, so that's just going to seal it, not vacuum seal it. This button right here says external vacuum, and so that's if you're gonna be using this little vacuum piece for vacuum sealing jars or other containers. This is manual, so this is the button that you're gonna push if you just wanna manually be able to suction just the right amount of air out of something. And then right here we have moist vacuum seal and dry vacuum seal. So those are both pretty self-explanatory. The moist one is gonna be if you're vacuum sealing something that's a little bit maybe damp or a little bit wetter. And then the dry vacuum sealing, that's gonna be for something like cashew nuts, something like that that's completely dry, has no moisture in it. If you have something that you're not sure if it is moist or dry, it's probably better to go with a moist selection or just to do it manually to be safe. The main thing is you don't wanna suction any of the moisture out into the actual vacuum sealer, and it's gonna make it so that the seal doesn't take. So you don't wanna make sure you don't do that. I'm gonna go grab a couple of things to try out this vacuum sealer. Okay, I have the items that I'm going to vacuum seal, and I'm gonna start by doing the dry item. So something that we do a lot in this house is we use a lot of dried fruit, but I do like to get it in bulk, and I find that the rest of the package, it just tends to dry out even if it has a little zipper on the pouch or something like that. So I definitely wanna try vacuum sealing that. I'm just gonna use the bag that it comes with right here. It does recommend that you leave 1.5 inches from the part that you want to seal. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of dried, actually I'm gonna do some raisins in here. This is about the size of the container that I like to restock the raisins for snacks for the kids. So this is about how much I want in each of the little bags. Not only is this seal going to keep these raisins nice and fresh so much longer, it's gonna make storage a lot easier just because it's compressing them a lot smaller than if you're just having it in an open bag just like this. Okay, so in order to seal this, we're just gonna stick the edges right in here. And you can feel that it about touched the edge. And you can flatten these out however you like them. I'm just gonna leave them just like this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and press the dry vacuum seal button. So you can see the red seal button is lighting up right here. So it's finished vacuuming and now it is sealing it. Okay, that is so amazing. So you can see we have this really nice seal. You can tell no air is escaping because it wouldn't be continuing to hold all the air inside of these raisins. You can see that they're not just packed in here and some of the air was taken out if you were to like push the air out of the package. These are really, I mean, you can hardly even bend them because they're so vacuum sealed and all of the air is taken out. That is amazing. All right, now I'm gonna vacuum seal something that's a little bit more wet. We have some leftover sausage over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the container so that when I put it in the freezer, instead of just putting this in like a Ziploc bag, for example, and putting it in the freezer, there's a lot higher chance of it getting freezer burnt. So I'm gonna put it in one of these bags so I don't have to risk it getting freezer burnt for number one, just because it's not gonna have as much air in it, but it's also gonna save space in my freezer and it's gonna help it to stay fresher for longer. Now I'm just going to arrange these just in the way that I want them to look like. Okay, you see I have them arranged just like this, and we're going to stick them in here. And I'm actually going to manually do this one, just because you can see that these are a little bit wet. Things like salmon, when you're vacuum sealing those, that's considered wet. Anything with any moisture in it. If you have something like applesauce or something like that, you wouldn't want to vacuum seal that. Maybe just seal it and not vacuum it, because all of that moisture is just gonna go out of that, just for your own information. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and feed this in there. And we're just gonna go as far back. You can kind of tell when you need to stop, but you can just feel the back of the machine. So we're just gonna put it right in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and do manual. And as soon as you let go of the button, it's going to stop vacuum sealing. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and seal it. All right, now that it's released, that means it's all finished. I do like that I can manually vacuum seal this. I don't want to pull too much air out of here just because these are a little bit moist in here, but you can see how nice and vacuum sealed those are. And you can definitely cut your bags into a lot smaller space just so you can not waste any of your bags here. But you can see that takes up such a smaller space in the freezer. These are gonna last longer and they're not gonna get freezer burnt, which is amazing. Overall, I really like how this vacuum sealer sealed both of my wet and my dry items here. I like how this is going to make my food last longer, and it's gonna make storage so much easier.